Good evening. Glad to be back, I must admit. So if you like the channel, please do subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Where I've been? First of all, did everybody have a nice Christmas and a New Year? I mean, obviously, it kind of went so quickly. I don't know about you, but wow, it was just gone in a blink. The children were home for Christmas and then they're both gone again. So, yeah, I kind of miss them, you know, and then I don't miss them and then I do, yeah. Anyway, so I'll say a few hellos to everybody. I'm really excited to be back. I really, really am. It's going to be an amazing year. Let me assure you this. Right, so I'll say a few hellos. We have Ellie, who's saying she loves clean. You do love clean and simple? Yes, but it's not... Yeah, clean and simple. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes it can be hard to make a card look clean and simple. I think there's a lot more goes into the clean and simple cards than a lot of people think. And yeah, I'm the worst at. Ellie was also saying about leaving splodges on the card. I always have inky fingers. I am the worst. I'm a nightmare for that. So if I'm doing clean and simple, and then also I'm doing some maybe inky stuff, I'll do the clean and simple first, and then it doesn't really matter. So who else do we have here today? We have Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hazel. Jane, of course, on the DT. We have Trudy B. Hi, Trudy. We have Rachel. Hi, Rachel. And we have a Facebook user. So obviously, if you're on Facebook, because of the privacy settings, just put your name on the end of your comment, so I just know who I'm speaking to. And we have CM Hawkins. Well, Happy New Year to you too. Yes. Oh, she's waving. She's also waving a hand, pink waving hand. Yes. Oh, Helen is in the background, so she's kind of she is elsewhere, but she is probably listening in on this. Yeah. So it's. Yeah, I don't know where. I'll leave it a few minutes for everyone to pop up. I'll be reading a few more comments here. I know it's been absolutely ages. In fact, it's probably been months. So I'm going to go back to basics, partially for my own peace of mind, because obviously getting back into doing something, sometimes you can get out. You know, it's like running a bike. You know how to do it, but if you haven't been on a bike for a while, you know you will probably fall off at some point. So. You know, it's nice to start back to basics, and then we'll progress into more kind of inkiness and maybe a bit of mixed media, those who love that kind of thing. But, I mean, what I call mixed media and you call mixed media could be totally different. It's a huge spectrum of media. Who else do we have? We have Sarah Little, and we have, Pam from Kansas. Hiya, Pam. Don't know what the weather's like in Kansas. Hopefully it's nicer than it is in Wales. It's been a bit kind of cloudy here today. So I'm just reading what... Jane is saying that she always uses a damp cloth. That's a good idea if you obviously wipe your hands when you're... or a tea towel. I use a tea towel, so quite often as well. Or a wet wipe, although they're not very user-friendly or, you know, environmentally friendly. Try and use a damp cloth. So, tonight we are going to... Do you know what? Why did I not bring the product? I have got the products. Let me just 2 seconds. Let me just go and get the products. I'm just kind of going that way. Just a second. So, back. Today, I'm going to be using 2 products. Now, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Just you know, less is more, if you know what I mean. Minimal links. Minimal products as well. You know, sometimes a lot of people don't have a lot of products, or you know, if I'm doing a live demo and if I'm throwing lots of things at it and you don't have it, that's fine. Improvise. That's what I do. Everybody improvises. You know, just grab whatever's at hand, whether it be sprays, paints, inks, glues, whatever you've got is just as good as what I've got. It just may be a little bit different. So, you know, don't worry about that. Feel free to join in if you want to, if you got something similar, or you've actually got these stamps anyway. The ones I'm going to be using tonight are, let's have a look. Move my glass out of the way, I can see now. So we've got 2 sets, and these are actually on an offer on the website. So please do check that out on the website under offers. Very good sets. They're A6 sets or 4x6 if you're in the US, I think they are. I'm just double checking my file. Well, yeah, 4x6 for US people. We've got 2 stamp sets. This one is called A Friend Like You, and I think it's really cool. It's got all those kind of hand-drawn elements on there as well. The kind of like long rose with the flower with the stem. It doesn't have to be a rose. It could be a tulip or any flower that you want it to be. It's very contemporary. Also, you've got a different flower head. Obviously, you can use that flower head on that stem, etc. You've got a nice kind of contemporary vase. You've got the word friend. And we've got some lovely sentiments here. We've got friends make the world a happier place. Everyone needs a friend like you. I appreciate you. I like that one as well. And we've got some like, I would call these fallen, or they could be leaves. Leaves for the stem of the flower. Or they could be petals as well, falling off the flower. So you've got a choice on those ones there. That's really cool. The other set, these come as a pair. You can buy them individually, but on the website they're on a special offer, so it makes more sense to get the 2 of them together, honestly. The other set is this one called Happiness Matters. It's a lovely, lovely set. It's got great words in there, great fonts, and we've got a few nice elements in there as well. You've got these hand-drawn flowers and a heart there. We've got Kindness is Beautiful. We have Don't Put Your Happiness on Hold. I like that one. Focus on the Good Things. That's a really cool one. You're going to make lovely statement cards with that. Build a life you don't need to escape from. That's really deep. And another favourite of mine, Today's Moments, Tomorrow's Memories. I like that as well. So that's really cool. So these are the 2 sets I'm going to use today. I'm going to maybe use some of the elements from each of them just to make a couple of cards. Everyone's still talking about wiping their hands. Good call. Right, so I think I'll make a start because we've got quite a few people here. So yeah, just before I get onto it, as I say, there is an offer section on the website. Check it out. Some great deals like those bundles there that are on offer. I'm not sure how long that offer runs till. Helen will probably come in and tell me because I do not know. So yeah, those offers are running currently at the moment. I don't know how long. But there's some great deals, so have to check it out. So let's get back to creating something today. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. These are going to be relatively clean and simple cards. Back to basics. There's a few products that maybe I don't normally use as well, so we'll have a look to see how we get on with those. So the first thing we're going to do is I shall get my card blank. I might actually make 2 cards today. We'll see how much time we have. So now anybody knows me will know that I normally make square cards, but today I'm thinking I'm going to do a slimline card. So this kind of project calls out for using a slimline card. Move that out of the way. So the first things first. What I'm going to use is I'm going to use this is going to be a very clean and simple card. So I'm going to use the flower, just the flower head on this piece of card here. We'll put a sentiment on it. We'll layer it up and colour it in. But that's all you need, really all you need. So we'll start with that. First things first, I will need my stamp. So I have a stamp here, and I'm also going to use. So if you're new to stamping or you're not very proficient, or you're not very sure on what you're doing, lots of people have a stamping platform. If you want to use your stamping platform, great. Otherwise, you use an acrylic block. So I have my acrylic block. I've got my stamp on it. Now I'm just going to ink it up. So now the colour I'm going to use today is, I would have normally used VersaFine black, but I'm going to go with a flow, and I'm going to try and using the grey, the VersaFine Clear Grey. I like that because it's not quite as harsh as the black, but I think that's a really cool thing to do. So let me just zoom in on that camera just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So the first things first is that now you can't see it here, but I've actually penciled 3 little dots on here. So just so I know where I'm going to stamp those flower heads. Just kind of, I want them in a line. I mean, you could draw a line if you want to, but for the sake of this, I've just stamped 3 little dots because I know whereabouts I'm going to put them. So just get my ink pad and I'm just going to prepare everything. I'm going to be using some the Wow Clear. This is the super fine one, very nice embossing powder. But if you've got any other brand, just go for it. Whatever you've got is the way to do it. So I'm just going to put this to the side because I'm going to be using this. So I'm going to ink up my flower head. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more here. 2 reasons. I don't really want to get my head in the way where possible. And so you'll be able to just see what I'm doing here. Now, this is where things can go wrong if they're going to go wrong. I'm just going to double check I'm making this up. Grey is different to the black because it's harder to see. It's very subtle, this grey, until you clear emboss it. So I'm just going to put that down. I'm just deciding, obviously, which angle I'm going to go with this. So I'll find my spot, and I think I'm going to go just about there. Once you're happy, commit to it. Obviously, press down. Now, if you're new to stamping, don't take your hands off the block. Always keep at least one hand on the block if you're not using a stamping platform. Also, the other thing I'm using is this. This is like a foam mat. It's a stamping mat, so it's good. It's got a little bit of give in it, which is perfect for when you're doing stamping. Now, if you're starting out, you may not have that, but if you don't, you use a few like magazines or something, just as good. So once you're happy with that, the first press. There we go, we can take that off. Now I'm going to ink it up again. I'm going to be a little bit quicker now because I don't want that ink to dry out really, because I'm going to clear emboss this. So I'm going to go in with the next one. And this time I'm going to turn it around because I don't want the angles the same. I don't want the flowers to look identical, even though it is the same flower. So if I'm turning it around, just to make it look different. There we go. So just press down. Hopefully I've inked that up and we've got a good press. Sometimes leave it a few seconds for that ink to transfer from the stamp to the card as well. If you pull off too quickly, sometimes you just haven't given it a chance. Take that off there and we'll do a third one. And try and make sure that your flowers aren't the same each way round as you go in. So just to make them a little bit different, a little bit more interest there as well. So I think I'm going to go there. I'm just reading a few of the comments. Jane is saying, oh, yes. Do you know, there's a lot of people who, you know, we're talking about inks now. Lots of people have different kinds of inks. I like these VersaFine Clairs. I'm not really sure about the difference between the VersaFine Clair and the other ones. But Jane is she's an expert. She's probably got them all. But I like these as well. So let's take this off here. Now we need to get my piece of card in quickly before the ink dries. Don't want to wait too long. I've got my embossing powder. I'm just going to sprinkle the embossing powder over the ink to cover it all. There. Tip that out. And then we're going to heat emboss that now. Just put that down there. Oh, camera wake up. There we go. Again, I'm using a heat tool here. I normally give it about 10 seconds for it to properly warm up. It does get very hot, so it's not like a hairdryer for those who are new to heat embossing. And if I hold it at an angle, you should be able to see that changing to a more glossy finish. still a great technique. And like magic, it's changing before my eyes. I shall lift it up so you'll be able to see the difference. Okay. So once we're finished there, we've got that lovely glossiness going on there, and that's lovely. I think that's great. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some colouring first, and for the colours I'm going to use, let's put this down here. I'm going to get my chair so I can sit down, because this is this is what I call the therapeutic part, whereas you can just sit down, relax, do some colouring, and it's just great. So, funnily enough, my mother-in-law and my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they're just taking watercolor classes now. And my mother-in-law is they're both great artists in their own right. They're great. Both do some fantastic work. So they're taking some more watercolor classes because they haven't been for a while, just to warm themselves back up again. It's like anything. If you haven't done it for a while, you do need a little bit of practice. So I'm just kind of here now deciding what colours I'm going to use. I've got these are the kind of colours that a lot of people have already got. The Pick Raspberry, a classic colour, the Distress inks. These aren't the oxides. I know you may have the oxides. These are just the standard kind of water-based Distress inks. And then I've also got the Peacock Feathers, and I think I'm probably going to use the Mustard Seed, which is a kind of yellowy orange. So I've got a brush here, so I'll take one of my brushes. Which one I'm going to use? Okay. And, oops, I always have by the side of me a kitchen towel as well, just so that I'm just white dabbing the excess water. So all I'm doing to start off with is, I'm just wetting the surface of your card there. So just taking it easy, gently, not being too hard with it, just wetting it a little bit. The reason you do this is because when you add the colour to it, it's going to flow a lot better. Anybody who does watercolouring will find that it will actually flow across your card a lot smoother. And I kind of like the way it does it as well. I'll show you now. So I've wet the card on this first one. And I think this is going to be what colour I'm going to use? So pink, yeah. I think I'm going to go with the Picked Raspberry here. Just wiggle a bit down on your card there. You probably don't even need as much as that. Start off with, grab a little bit of water. You don't need much to grab some of the colour to start off with. And all you're going to do is just add some colour there to this. Now I'm going quite lightly here, and I'm going quite quickly, and it's very pale, which is great. This is exactly what you want, because this is only the first stage. What you want to do is go back in a second time, and your colour's going to be a lot far deeper. If you find it's too deep, just go back and add some water and drag some of that colour around. I think I do actually have to thank Jen and Joe for inspiring me to get back into doing something with a paintbrush and some inks or watercolours. It makes all the difference. And I haven't been doing this for ages, so it does seem like a lifetime ago. I think my last live was back in October, which is shocking, absolutely shocking. But we're back. I'm back full on. I'm going to give it 110%. So yeah, it's going to be things are all change here. So I'm going, now as you see, I'm going back in here with that second colour, deeper. And if it's too dark, or you've got those lines that you don't like, just use a little bit of water and drag it out. Sometimes you go the other way, so you could go that way and you'd end up with a deeper there. And whilst the paper is wet, that colour will flow, and you're going to get that much more of a kind of watercolour effect. I mean, if you wanted it more solid, you could do that if you wanted to. I'm just reading a few of the comments here. Again, the design team are commenting along with me. They're absolutely amazing. They are a wealth of knowledge. Makes me always seem like very amateurish in comparison to them, because they are so good. Absolutely amazing. I love the design team. And you know, they always create some stunning work, so thank you, girls. We don't actually have any, well, I say we don't have any guys on the design team. The only is me, so I'm not sure why that is. Maybe we'll have to look for some more men, maybe. So again, I've just gone in there a little bit deeper there as we go into the center. I just want it a little bit darker, and as that dries out, that's going to look absolutely stunning. I'm thinking I might put a gem in the center there as well. So as you can see, we're starting to look like we've got something now. Again, this is basic, but cool basic, if you know what I mean. Right, so we're going with the next color now. I know, what a waste, eh? I would probably use that again. So this is the peacock feathers, a very kind of greeny blue. So I know this is the quiet time when you know you've come along to watch, and I am just, you know, please feel free if you wanted to join in. Then you've plenty of time to catch up, honestly, because this doesn't take long at all. As I'm reading a few of the comments here. Oh, we have Erica. Hi, Erica. Erica's on our design team. It's nice, you know, that you know, we have a great group of people, not only on Facebook, but you know, on Instagram as well, and Pinterest is a great place to go as well for ideas and inspiration. But if you go to our website, you'll find that underneath most of there's projects, there's blog posts from the design team, how they've created projects, just amazing work. Helen's keeping quiet, she must be busy. Yeah, Helen's been very busy lately, I must admit, so I'll let her off this time. Right, again, you can see how quickly this is. If you're doing it slowly, it's going to take longer, but if you want to do it quickly, it depends on how quick or slow you want to be. Maybe you've got to do a rush card, I don't know. But whatever, you know, this is all about just having fun and just not taking it too seriously. This is, again, this is only a piece of card. And it's all about enjoyment as well, so I might just pull out a little bit more colour there. Right. Oh, missed a bit there. Had I missed that mark? Right. Okay. We'll go on with the last colour, which is going to be the mustard seed. It's a great colour. I do like this colour. Ivy Manison, any clues on the new release? Ivy, no. No. Do you know what? I asked that very question I feel like I'm really low down. I asked that very question to Helen before I started. She's told me that I'm not to say anything about the new release, so blame her. It's a secret at the moment. I don't think anybody can actually. Everyone's sworn to secrecy. But it won't be long. It won't be long, Ivy, honestly. Not long at all now. But in the meantime, there are, as I said, if you only just joined us, if you haven't got them already, there's some cracking, absolute smashing offers on the website now. So please do check them out. Have a look. There we go. You see what we're doing here. Strangely enough, it's on the camera. It looks a little bit more kind of greeny yellow than yellow, but it is mustard. It is yellow. So sometimes camera colours can be a little bit different. So I'm just going over this quickly now. I'm conscious really of time, that I always take conscious of how much time I take up of everybody's time. So, but I know, I know everyone's got busy lives. And I do appreciate you coming along and watching. I mean, hopefully, those who like a little bit more inkiness, I will definitely get to doing some more inkiness. Not hopefully, I definitely will. You know me by now. I do like my sprays. So, again, this very, very simple. Did I get a mark on there? I was like, no. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, nothing complicated on this whatsoever. Again, some grey ink, heat emboss it, and brush and 3 inks. I mean, you could have done one colour if you wanted to, or I do like monochromatic as well. So I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. Monochromatic, yeah, I do like monochromatic cards. That black and white, really bold colours. I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'll clean that up now. And we'll crack on with the next section then. So I'm just spritz that up, just a quick mop. Normally you wouldn't waste that. Okay. So the next thing I'd like to do is, well, I'm going to stick this to my card blank, which I've got here. I did have it. I think I threw it on the floor. So I do have a card blank. So this should fit on here, like so. But I think, do you know what I'm going to do first of all? I know what I'll do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just peel this off. I've got some tape on here already. Peel that off. There we go, bit of tape there. Get it off, right, okay. Sticking to myself out today. Right, okay. So, the thing that I do want to do is I'm just gonna, do you know what I haven't used in a long, long time is the old distress tool. So I'm just gonna, again, it's not something I do normally, so I'm trying to get back to doing things that I don't normally do. It's the only way you kind of like get to learn new things or change the style, because I think sometimes you can be in a rut and do exactly the same thing all the time. So again, today is not only is it getting back into making cards, but maybe doing a few different things that I don't normally do. So people who know me will know that I don't normally do this. So this is a tool that just kind of roughs up the edge here. So I'm just going around it, just roughing up that edge. Again, normally I would map this onto a piece of black card, so I'm not doing that on purpose. So I'm just roughing up that edge a little bit, just going along there. People may tell me I'm doing it a wrong way, or is there a better way of doing it? But I know you can use scissors. So, right, okay. So, now I'm going to try and place this down without putting my head in the way. Whoops. Get that out of the way. Let's just zoom in there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and central, he says. A piece of paper just to press down so I'm not putting my inky fingers. I've already got inky fingers on it, but hopefully we can get away with that. So now here we're doing white on white, which is again not normally like me. I'll tell you what I do have here. Just try, and I'll clean this now. So I've got a little bit of yellow there, so if I use my paintbrush and a bit of tissue, I'll be able to just mop that up. Yes. Okay, that's a paintbrush, bit of tissue, mop it up. Any time you go over your lines, that's probably a good way to do it. So the next thing I want to do is, so we've got basically a very, very simple card. Now if you want to add more to it, now I quite like it that it wasn't in black, because when I did some kind of testing with what colours I was going to use, let me just show you. So you can see the difference between, you know, black and the grey. Again, I'm going to use black on my next card, but this one here, I did it in grey. So we have, this is the basis for our card. Now, if you want to add some dimension to your card, which is a great thing to do, I do have a sentiment as well, which I'm going to use. This one in particular I'm going to use on here is I appreciate you. And normally I'd probably put that there, but I think I'm going to put it in the centre today. I think that would work well. That is going to go definitely in the centre. But first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of my alcohol pens out. Just because I want to add a little bit of a shadow to the flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my blender tool, which is wrong end, try that end. Okay, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to just go around, some of this where I think the shadow, drop shadow may be. I mean, a lot of people go all the way around it. I don't like doing that personally, because I think this way works a little bit better. I'm just going to get the right colour grey. This one may be too dark, we'll see now. So I'm just going to go around that. That seems dark at the moment. What you're going to do is go back in with that. You have to do it a little bit. You have to be patient with this technique. I mean, first of all, you think, oh no, I've ruined it, but you just carry on and you will get that drop shadow that you're looking for. So you just, I mean, possibly I should use a lighter black, but can I find it? Can I know? Oh. Yes, I'll have to stick with a 4, but that's fine. You can bleach a lot of it out. And so just going back in here. Just be careful you don't get it on your watercolor. And it does continue to work after you've stopped as well, so you start to get that shadow that you're after. I don't know whether you can see that. Oh, who's got the everyone's commenting now about the new Tim Holtz colour. I do not have it yet. I think it'd be a nice colour to have actually, and a nice addition. I think that doesn't that complete the collection. Yeah, I think I'll have to get myself that colour. But there's still a few colours that there's still quite a few colours I don't actually have. I know, shocking, but yeah, there's still quite a few colours I don't have. Does everybody have them all? Just wondering who has them all. Oh, Jane has it. She says it's an awesome brown. Ah. So have you actually got it, Jane? I'm just waiting for her to reply. I don't know whether she has. She says it's an awesome brown, so I presume she has. Oh, you can see the shadow, can you? Excellent, thank you. That's exactly what I'm after. Let me just zoom in. I might be able to zoom in so you can see. So, can you see that the shadow starting to appear? This is why I'm saying that you don't want to go all around the top of it. If you know the shadow, if you think about the sun coming down this way, it's going to cast a shadow underneath the petals on certain sides. It doesn't go all the way around it. Sometimes it's quite easy to just go around it, and it does bring it all out to life, but in a slightly artificial way. And you know, it depends on what you're happier doing. You know, sometimes that's a great look as well. But I like doing it kind of this way. And considering that I'm still looking for the right pens. I've lost my lighter grey pen, so I'm improvising really. But that's what I said. Sometimes you've got to improvise if you don't have the right one, the colours that you need. So that's fine. And this is why it's easy to just go over those colours and bleach them out. Again, it starts off harsh, but it does that colour does fade, as you can see, right before your eyes. Do you see that there? So I'm going to quickly go over these ones here, just to add a little bit of shadow there. Go over the card first with your blender. That basically what that does is it's like they're putting water on first. It makes your card still a little bit wet, and so the colour will start flowing straight away, start bleaching. It looks worse than what it is to start off with, but you just got to persevere, like I said. Just go around it there. I mean, you could easily use maybe a pencil, or lots of the Derwent, the water-based ones, they would work as well. So you just gotta persevere until you get that right shadow look that you're looking for. Sometimes it takes a little while for the colour to fade a little bit, but it does eventually. Once that blender starts working its magic, it will fade out. Not sure my blender's actually dying here. I'll use the other side. So let's just go in a little bit more there. Now we're looking like we've got some shadow going on there, which is lovely. And we'll just do a little bit more on this one as well. Oh, wrong end. I should be using a lighter grey, but I can't find my grey at the moment. So we'll just improvise. Tell you what I will do as well is I do have another. Because my blender is starting to run out, I think I do have another one. This is not even, this is a different brand altogether. I think this is a Graphic. So we just use a different one. Oh, this one's newer, I think. We'll put the one that's dying away. Use that way too much. Yeah, this one worked. This one's fresher. So just a little bit there as well. Again, you don't need an awful lot, just enough. This is definitely the therapeutic part. So as you can see, we're starting to have some lovely shadow going on there. A little bit more there maybe. We need to, I think I'll stop on this in a second. Okay. Do you know, I think that'll be it for now. I can carry on adding more shadow there, but you got the idea, is that you don't really want to put it all the way around the top end. If you want it to look like it's sitting there on top of your card rather than cutting them out, then you just create some faux shadow. Again, just go in there if you want to soften those shadows off a little bit. I think that's a great technique. So next thing I want to do is I do have a sentiment which I will stick on. So that's going to go on probably around about there, saying I appreciate you, which is very true. Just get some glue. I'll tell you what I'll use. I'll use some glossy accents. I say use some glossy accents, I will use some glossy accents. Okay. I think my other glue's dried up as well. Just trying to get that straight without getting my head in the way. Whoops, not quite straight yet. Now, we'll finish it off with a, might use a gem. I think we'll use a gem. I do like using gems every now and again. A little bit of sparkle, just to finish it off. That's my tool for my picky uppy tool. Right, picky up tool. Can't find it. Oh, got it. Yeah. Right, so one there, one there, and one there. Right, I should just glue them on. Do you know what? I did have tweezers. What did I do with my tweezers? Right. So what I'll do is just tiny blob of glue. So this is just the glossy accents. Great product as well. Good for gluing or obviously putting over your colours to give them those glossy finishes. And last one. There. I think we're done. So that. How does that look? I think that's quite nice. It's very simple, but you know, it's sometimes the simplest ones. I mean, if you want to take more time to go around that shadow, please feel free. You could do that easily. I was using a number 4 grey, the Spectrum Noir, but I maybe should have used maybe a 2, and then built it up. But I couldn't find my number 2. So again, just you just use what you've got in hand. So there we go. So that's a very simple card. Now I was going to, what did I do? I did have an insert. I don't know what I've done more with my insert. I've lost it. That's a good question. I did have an insert to do with that. I can't find my insert. Never mind. We're going to go. I've got another card to do, so I shall crack on with the next one. So that's my number 1 card. I know getting 2 done today is surprising even for me. So there we go. I think that's quite nice. Now I could have easily put one of my sentiments on the inside. Yeah. Do you know what? I was gonna put "Don't put your happiness on hold." I'm not sure why I didn't do that. What did I do with it? Good question. I don't know. I thought I had it, but I think I threw it on the floor and I can't find it. So that's card number 1, and I should do another one now. But you know, again, something to give to somebody. Again, and you know, basically flat as well. So that's nice. And makes a change from being not using black, and not like me not to use any black border either. So yeah. So that's card number 1. We'll do another card next. So this one will be. I'm going to go back from my slimline card, something I don't do very often, and we're going to do a square card. Back to kind of the things that I'm used to doing. So it's nice to be out of my comfort zone. So I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that being a simple card. So yeah, again, sometimes less is more. So I like that one. Next up, I shall. Do you know what? Let me just have a look at, just to make sure I didn't lose my sentiment, my insert somewhere. No, I can't find it. I've lost it. I dropped something on the floor earlier and it's probably gone underneath, hidden away, so I can't find that. So we'll just crack on with the next one. So the next one, I'm going to use the flower, this flower. I'm going to put it into the vase, and then I'm going to have a sentiment on there. And again, this is going to be another lovely, simple card. Nothing too complicated, but cool. And this one I am going to do in black, just to show you a contrast and how different they can all look. So, first things first, let me just move my chair out of the way. Do you know what will happen after this live is finished? They'll go, I found the insert. That's exactly how it works. I do have a lot of tidying out to do on my desk, so sorry about that. Right, we'll get back to it. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to, because the vase or the contemporary vase is separate component, I'm just going to work out where I'm going to put it. So I think it's going to go in the centre there. I'm going to get my stamping mat, and like before, we're going to do it old school with a stamp block. I know, very brave of me, because if it goes wrong, it's going to really go wrong. So, but it's not going to. We've got to have confidence in this. And don't forget, it is just a piece of card. So if anything ever goes wrong, either you can fix it or you can just start again. So I'm just kind of working on where I'm going to put this in relation to my flower. I mean, remember, don't forget that this head can be, you could just mask that off and use this flower head if you want this flower in the vase with the stem. Also, the stem is of a certain length. If you're going to do maybe a tall, slim card, obviously that's great. But because this is going to be a square card, it's going to be a little bit shorter. So I'm not going to ink up the whole stem. I'm going to just make it a little bit shorter so that it fits my card project. So I hope that helps you. So I'm just going to, whoops, stick into myself here. Right. So I'm also conscious about where I'm going to put my sentiment. I've got a sentiment to go. Now, the only thing I have prepped is the sentiment. So I've taken the kindness is beautiful, and that's going to go on this here. So this is going to probably be raised, and we're going to have the flower then coming out of the vase. Yeah, it's going to be something like that. That's in my head anyway. Yeah, I don't think I want it anywhere else. So we'll leave that to one side. I'm going to put the vase down, and I'm just wondering whether to ink the flower first and then do the vase around it, or yeah. No, I think I'll do the vase first. I'll know where to put the stem then. So just placing it where I think it's going to go. I'll get my block out. Place it over the top. Okay, so that's where it's going to go. I'm going to get my ink pad now. Now I'm going to stamp it in black this time, and this is using the VersaFine black, the Onyx black, lovely black colour. And then I'm going to stamp and emboss, clear emboss. Then I'm going to stamp the flower and the stem as well. So bear with me whilst I do this. Just ink it up. Again, always take your ink to the stamp and not the other way around. It just makes life a little bit easier. I'm trying to do this without getting my head in the way too much. Roughly where I want to put it. And down. Sometimes you have to commit, and then, you know, that's it. You have to live with it, or start again. So just hold it there for a few seconds. Make sure that ink's transferred. Hold your paper, peel away. So we've got a lovely colour there. Now I'm going to quickly clear emboss that. Okay, this one side. A heat tool. Thank you. Oh, Ellie's saying that I'm keeping it real. Yes, I certainly am, Ellie. Trying to keep it real. So, heating that up now. Okay. Next. The next thing we need to do is we need to get the flower out. Now, do you know what? I might use my stamping platform for this, solely because I can place it. I can know that if it goes wrong, yeah, I'm going to use my stamping platform. So let me just get my platform out. Right. Okay. So. Again, if you're not sure about the best way to do something, is get some help. And I think this, on a project like this, sometimes you call in the big guns and you get some extra help there. So I'm going to just hold that down, just so I know where things are going to go. Okay, we get the flower. Now, because the flower, I mean, you know, could go up there, but I think I want the flower not quite as tall as this card. I think it's a little bit too tall, so I'm just going to bring it down. And don't forget, the stem will actually bend anyway, so if you wanted the flower bend into the side, you could do that. Or I could have the flower, I could have it bend into the side like that, couldn't I? But do you know what? I think I'm going to have it, I will have it bend in a bit, but I'm going to have it a little bit shorter. Sorry, my head was in the way there. And I'm not going to ink up the full stem. So I'm just going to have it round about, I think roughly there. So just place it down where you want it. I'll just move that across. Right. Okay. There we go. Now just have to remember whereabouts I'm going to ink, so I know where not to ink. Okay. So I'll just move this across so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to ink up the flower and the stem, but I'm not going to go, oops, not going to go all the way down yet. I'm just going to wipe that up. Again, faux pas on my part. Right, just without pressing down, I could just see how far that is off. I just need a little bit more, I think. And that's one of the beauties of having a stamping platform. The question is, did I go too far this time? Or just a touch, I'm thinking. Right, so I'm just going to wipe a little bit off there. Just take a little bit off. That's close enough, I think. I think we'll be happy with that. So now I'm going to know where it's going to go. Just make sure I've inked it enough. There we go. Place that down. I do like the kind of hand-drawn flowers as well. I think they look really, really cool. Very contemporary. And again, you know, if you think that you want to go back in there, and you can see that I like that actually, just kind of like fading out there. That's good. I like that. We'll stick with that. Just go back in if you're not sure. Just on that head there. Oh, that's beautiful. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I'll just remove these. Try not to get ink on my card. One of my bugbears, what happens to me every time. So quickly move that out of the way. I'm going to heat emboss this now, so some more embossing powder. Okay, put that to one side. Oh, camera, wake up. There we go. We'll just heat this up now. There. I'm missing something, so I'm not really sure what's going on in the group, but everyone shouted Hazel, so I'm not sure what Hazel's done. I'm not sure what she's talking about. The cardstock's not going anywhere. Right. So again, lovely embossed there. Very easy to do. Again, very, very easy. Now this time, obviously I've done used watercolors there. This time I'm thinking I'm going to use some just alcohol pens, and then we're going to use some glossy accents over the top. Again, this is going to be a lot brighter. In my mind, I'm thinking kind of, I don't know what I'm thinking. Glossy accents on top is going to give me that kind of stained glass look. I would have used my cracked glossy accents, but I can't find it. I know. It's seems like a bit on repeat at the moment. I can't find lots of things. I'm kind of moving things all around, so you'll have to bear with me whilst I tidy up. Now, as far as colours go, I'm thinking of going. We've got a nice colour turquoisey blue. I think I'm going to use some turquoise. I'm going to use a pale to start off with a colour in. Oh, this is Helen's favourite sound. You know when you're colouring in that squeaky sound? It's not her favourite sound at all. So it's just... So first colour, I'm going to go in with another colour. Might use a little bit across the top there. Oops. Going way past where I should have gone with my line. That's fine. I'm laughing now because this is so squeaky. That's fine. I do have a medium colour as well, so. You don't have to be an expert at colouring, especially with alcohol pens. They kind of like do a lot of the work themselves for you. So again, you can just have a lot of fun with that. I'm just going to colour in the flower head. I think I'm going to use a nice bright colour. I'm not sure what the colour this is. So look, ooh, can't get the lid off now. Ah, there we go. Right. Oh, it's a nice bright colour this. Again, you know, it depends on what you're doing and what the piece of artwork is. You can go very bright, or you can go more kind of your classic colours. But I do like some bright colours every now and again. And sometimes less, you know, that striking colours really does stand out against the black. So I think that really works. Now, one of the other things I've got is I think that's pretty much done there. Let's get use a white pen. So we'll just, you know, here this is kind of like faux kind of highlights on flowers. You don't have to do an awful lot with this. It's just adding those nice little highlights that you're after. I think we're done with that for that. Again, you know, very, very simple. Nothing too complicated in there. Do you know what, because I've got a sentiment going over there, I don't think you're going to need to. I was going to shade in the bottom there, but I don't think I'm going to need that, because that's going to go over there. Yeah, that's going to go over there, and I think that's going to really pop. I think that's what I like to see. Okay, next I'm going to get my card blank. So this is when it all kind of comes to life. Let's just peel this off. Hopefully we can put it on straight. He says. Bear with me a second whilst I try and get this straight now. I normally mark it, but I haven't here now. Now I'm definitely going by eye. Do you know what? Considering I wasn't looking at that's not too bad. Right, just press down on there, sticking it down. Okay. Now I have done the inside as well, so I will show you that now. I will just colour that heart in because I think it's great. This is again sentiments from the other set. So that's that set there. So it's a great set, love that. And I like those extra elements in there as well. Love those. So I've got a heart there. I will quickly colour that in, but I will do that so that that matches there. Technically, it's not the right colour, but it's close enough and it'll look really cool. Sometimes the inside has got to just match that a little bit more with the outside. So just colour that in. Okay, use your white pen just to highlight those areas. So we've got there. So we've highlighted the heart inside. Lovely sentiment, absolutely love that. Today's moments, tomorrow's memories. The outside, we've got this lovely sentiment here. I'm going to stick that on. I've got some of my 3D silicone glue. Olga's just arrived. Hi Olga. That's okay, you can always rewind it. Nice of you to join. Anybody joining anytime is nice, so it's great to have you. Thank you. So I'm just putting some silicone glue on this sentiment. We've just been doing lots of I say lots of, we've done 2 simple clean and simple cards. I will show them at the end, both of them together, to show the differences in them. So this is going to be raised just because I think it'll look better like that. And sometimes you don't need to see the bottom of the vase. This just absolutely works. You know, sometimes the simplicity, you don't need anything else. Your eye is just drawn to the flower and the colour of the vase. I'll just do a little bit more white there, across there. Okay. So I think we're pretty much done. What I'll do is just move this out of the way and I'll show you them both together. Bring in the other one. Again, both different in totally different ways. So the first one we made was this one, which was again from the set, which basically was using one flower from this set, and then obviously stamped it 3 times, just rotated the flower and stamped it in grey rather than black, just because I didn't want that to stand out too much. We coloured it in with some distress inks, so just your distress inks. Again, we've also used the alcohol pens and the blender on the underside there, just to give it some faux shadow on the flower. Very simple technique. Finish it off with a couple of gems there. Very simple card. We roughed the edges up. We didn't actually have any other border, so it's kind of white on white. And you know what? I do like that. So I think that's a very simple card. Again, bold statement. It means a lot. I appreciate you. So that's very, very nice. And then following that with this one, again, totally different. We have the stamp this time in black, and again from the other set, which is a great flower set. So this one here. So I've actually shortened the vase. I mean, obviously you couldn't see the stem, so I could have just stamped it in the end, but you can have the stem there with this flower head, or you can use the same stem with this flower head. Totally up to you. You've got some great sentiments in it as well. On the inside then, I've taken some of the sentiments from the other set, and I've put there today's moments, tomorrow's memories. and we've got one of the hearts that are in that set as well. So I think that's pretty much, that's not bad for today, I must admit. I'm quite pleased with coming back with two basic, I say basic, they're not basic, they're clean and simple cards, but sometimes, as it's been pointed out, clean and simple isn't that simple to do. Hopefully that's given you a few ideas. Yeah, that's again totally different. Depends on what your look is. I mean, maybe you like that look, bright, very bright. This is a little bit more subtle. I mean, quite possibly I may go in with that with a white pen, and we may highlight some of the areas on the flowers. Again, that would then really show off the shadow on the underneath as well. So it's entirely up to you how you do things, but again, totally different, watercolorish, very bright and vibrant. Whatever your style is, that's it. I mean, we're going to do some more. Let me just go to the front camera now, again now. So yeah, I am going to do a lot more kind of mixed media. I say mixed media, I don't know what that is, but anything that's like maybe using more than one product. Again, could be inky, you know, you want to have some fun, come out of your comfort zone, do things a little bit different that you wouldn't have done before. For instance, I'm not used to doing slimline cards at all. I've always been square. So doing slimline cards, and also white on white. That's something I don't normally do as well. So it's always good to come out of that comfort zone. I've gone back to basics. It's been a while since I've come back to be on YouTube, but I'm back now for good. Just like the Take That song. Yeah, laughing here. Yes, so thank you very much. Just have read a few of the comments. Jane's saying very lovely vibrant colours, thank you. Nicola saying, oh no, Nicola doesn't like that sound either. I know, I can't help it. Unless I turn the sound off, I think I can do that, especially if I'm heat gunning. Maybe I could do something with like heat gun sound or scribbling sound, or maybe just get quieter pens, I don't know. I'll try and improve on that sound, or maybe you want some kind of other special sound playing when I'm scribbling. I don't know. So what else? We've got Ivy saying, oh, she forgets. Ivy says she forgets to do the inside. I do try and do the insides of cards. I will find that other insert that I did earlier, but I don't know where it's gone. I try and show that because doing the front is only half the card. The inside is just as important as the outside. So if you can, if you're doing demonstrations, show the inside if you can, because it does finish it off. People go like, oh wow, I like that. You know, it's 50% on the outside, 50% inside. So it's the whole thing together that makes it amazing. So thank you. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Not been too long. So thank you so much. I shall be back again soon. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what day I'm going to be back, but if you're notified, then if you're set up for notifications, you will get that notifications when I go live next. So thank you very much, and have a nice evening, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Okay, now.